Hi, welcome to Z on the Tee for 2015. We're here at Albany Golf Club, the sponsor of the weekly show this year. And our May sponsor is Stoops Automotive. So stop out and see Randy Stoops and the boys, and they can get you hooked up with some transportation. Tim, we're early in the season. A lot of guys haven't even got out to play yet. There's some things that we should be thinking about before we just grab the clubs out of the garage and dust them off and go to the golf course. What should we be thinking about here early in the season?
Well, a couple things you might look at before you go out and play. You might want to grab your clubs and check out your grips. Make sure your grips are not worn real bad. And also, even if you don't play a lot, if they're 2 or 3 years old, they start getting very firm, and it affects, you know, the way they operate and everything. So check your grips and make sure your grips are in good shape. On your golf shoes, if you have soft spikes, you might check and make sure. You can see some of these have some rips and where they need new soft spikes in them. So you might as well go ahead and get that taken care of before you head out. And always check your golf gloves. If they was in bad shape when you put them in the bag to start the year, last year at the end of the year, they're probably dry rotted and going to rip when you pull it and put it on. So check that kind of stuff. Make sure you got plenty of golf balls, plenty of tees, and go out and hit it and have a good time.
Okay, so we decided we're going to play. We're going out to Albany Golf Club to play around. We haven't played yet, so maybe we should go to the driving range and hit a few balls before we start that round. We've putted a few already today, so we've got kind of a feel for the greens, and that feel is coming back into our hands. We're going to the driving range now. What should we focus on once we get to the driving range?
Well, since it's early in the year, I mean, some of the things I like to start off with, I like to stick to the basics. I mean, I think the balance is one of the most important things in your golf swing, and since it's early, you shouldn't really be trying to hit it a long ways. Just work on some balance, maybe do a couple drills that would help that situation, and just try to work at the basics and just get the fluid and motion of taking the swings and moving around a little bit, using muscles you haven't been using.
Okay, we're going to set Tim up with a few golf balls, and he's going to show us what he's talking about when he talks about balance and getting into your swing.
Okay, Doug, since we're coming out and it's early in the year, one of the things I really like to work on when I'm starting off the year, one of the most important things is working on my balance. So I want to have proper balance when I swing and try not to kill the ball and try not to move all over it. One of the drills I really like to do starting off the year, I put my feet completely together and just try to take a couple really nice swings and keep my balance with my feet together. Always seems to where you stay right there and hit the ball and can hit it nice and crisp and really goes pretty straight. I mean, a lot of people say, boy, when I do that, I have better results sometimes than what I do when I spread apart and try to hit it. But very good drill to keep your feet together and work on your balance. Nice arm swing down through the ball and hitting it. One of my favorite drills.
Okay, so once you've swung a few times like that, we're getting ready to start our round. How do you want to finish up your session here? What do you want to do in terms of the last couple of balls before you start your round?
Usually when I come to the driving range, I start with my short irons and work my way to the driver. And then when I know I'm going to wherever I'm playing, I think of the first hole, what club I'm going to be hitting on that first hole. I try to always end my driving range with that club. So when I head here, go to number one, that's what I've been thinking and working on, already preparing myself for that shot.
Okay, number one at Albany Golf Club is a 400-yard par 4. Tim would end his session here with driver and then go over to number one, get your round started with that driver on number one. So let's head over to the first hole and see what we can do with that driver. All right, we've had our warm-up on the range and we've made our way to the first tee. Here at Albany, it's a 400-yard par 4. The tough part of this hole, Tim, getting your round started on a good note, it's a very narrow driving hole. You stand up here and it's kind of intimidating. You've got trees on each side. We're early in the spring, so it hasn't leafed out, but it looks a lot more imposing in the summer than it will right now. But what's the mindset? How are we going to hit a straight tee shot so we can get our round off to a good start and avoid double or triple bogey?
Well, there's a couple different ways you can look at the hole, Doug. One is take your driver out, hit your driver as hard as you can, and hope you hit it in the fairway. The other aspect, a lot of people like to hit a shorter club, a 3-wood or maybe a hybrid, and try to hit it straighter off the tee to catch the fairway, and then that way you'll have a much easier second shot. Myself, I have trouble hitting the fairway with either club, so I hit the driver and try to hit it as far as I can, and then hopefully make the chip out easier if I have to chip out.
Okay, well, you're going to hit the driver. I've got a 3-wood. We're both going to try to find the fairway. And on this hole in particular, you really want to be in the fairway because there's a pond up by the green. There's trees on both sides, so there's all kinds of trouble lurking. So we want to get our round off to a good start and see if we can get the ball in the fairway here.
Definitely important on this hole.
Okay, Tim, I took the safe route. Sculled it a little bit, but I'm in between the trees, so at least I've got a shot.
Yes,
you're going to hit the driver.
You definitely got it in play. I'm going to hit the driver and try to advance it down a little farther.
Okay.
Well, I hit it pretty solid, but it hooked into the left rough a little bit.
Yeah, it was hit solid, and you're right, you did hook it. You're probably going to have to be a little creative to get around those trees out there.
I might have to pitch out. One of the main things I see with the average golfer when you do hit it in trouble on this hole, if you are playing a safety on your second shot, play a safety. I see too many people trying to get that extra 10 yards, end up hitting a tree, goes behind them, goes deeper in the rough. So on a hole like this, if you don't get a good start, play a good safe second shot, try to make your bogey and go on. A lot of times 5's not a bad score here.
Okay, that's it for today for Z on the Tee, presented by Albany Golf Club. Join us next week where we'll have another lesson.